Today, at around somewhere between 1 and 2 p.m., Dad and I went to a barber shop to get some buzz cuts. The female barber buzzed my head, which I think is pretty similar to shaving your facial hair in a way, except she initially didn't cut it as short as I've gotten it at other places, specifically Dad's old barber. And so I requested that she buzz it shorter 2 times before I was ultimately satisfied. And at that point, she recommended that you generally don't want to cut it any shorter than that. I'm having some corn and potato salad. And the other half of that Philly cheesesteak sub Dad got me the other day. And we picked up Dad's friend Bill before we ultimately went to the barber shop. Bill went first, then me, then Dad. There was a flat screen TV within that barber shop. These are some of the markers I've used over these days to make the styrofoam drawings that I make. In particular, I've been working on this one. Working on some pretty complex patterns. And I've been working to continue that pattern on the back. I'll have to figure out a way to translate that jacket pattern to the arms. After our haircuts and buzz cuts, which left the back of the area around my neck and shoulders, hurting for a bit. Due to the razors, but now I'm fine. We all went to Perri's special pub location. And there was a $10 special for a large pizza with one topping. And with it, me and Dad got a dozen chicken wings, the standard bone variety. I believe they all had I think it was either the Gold City Hot or the Sweet City Hot flavor. Initially, I wanted to get the gold sauce, but Dad didn't want it because it had no heat, so that's how we settled on the City Hot flavor. I wanted a sweet tasting sauce. Dad wanted a sauce with some heat. It kind of depends on whether or not I hate mushrooms. These wet sliced variety and dry mushrooms, or at least those white dry mushrooms, you usually see at supermarkets, are fine for me. But wet whole mushrooms you find in fried mushrooms make me gag due to the texture. And I think due to the taste to a small extent. I think I would also gag if I attempted to eat a whole portobello mushroom. One of those portobello pizza mushrooms. I had half of the wings and 3 pieces of the pizza. And I'm currently on this task set, which I think I may be stuck on for a while. I'm gonna need to get some spell fragments, which I believe I can do. Excuse me. Okay. Most likely I'm going to have to upgrade this building so that I can make it produce mana rather than supplies, most likely. And then find some other way to increase the rate at which I get supplies, most likely. That seems to be what I'm gonna have to do for the time being. The Perri's pub location had a mule drink available, and a mule is essentially ginger beer. I decided to get that since I figured it would be cheaper than a cocktail. But it didn't seem to be. But Dad said on the way back it was $8. The water you frequently get from cooking corn is pretty good. In my mind, I call it corn juice, but I don't think corn actually has any juice. After the pizza and wings and the mule, I had an aluminum can of Genesee Light. And because Dan and Bill got too many pictures in the form of aluminum cans of Genesee and Genesee Light, and there's an unwritten rule against bringing it home, so I had that can of Genesee Light. And then no more. It made me burp. We all joked around quite a bit throughout that whole trip. To get the haircuts, mostly buzz cuts. The food at Perri's. It all cost about $100 between the the buzz cuts and the Perri's trip. All throughout the way, we had some nice casual conversations and made some funny jokes, including when Dad suggested that I have a full Genesee aluminum can, and I would have done that until he expressed that he was kidding by saying, "No," that sort of thing. I felt pretty tired by the time we got back home from that trip. So I ended up falling asleep for about an hour or two. Maybe I could use that to replace a cultural building I currently have. I knew that might be a waste. Currently I'm about halfway between bronze and silver at this moment in time.